Welcome to another ICP update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server where we try posting daily updates. Now, of course, we don't post updates if there's nothing happening in the market because there's no point in doing that. But when things are happening, we post like a million updates a day. So yeah, make sure to check out our memberships, and I really hope you enjoy this ICP video. So ICP is currently going up. However, you have to keep in mind, we got overbought on the 4-hour chart, which is not the best looking thing, because the last time we got overbought was up here when ICP was at about $12. So it was at similar prices, and if you look at what happened after that, we actually had a correction. So we could get a correction very soon, which would not be bearish because that could also be counted as a 1-2 setup of the third wave right here that we have on the chart. And yeah, I'm still expecting the third wave to happen as long as we do not really invalidate this 1-2 setup here. So yeah, we need to stay above this low right here, which is at about $9.71. Now, in case you did not watch my previous videos, let me talk about the Elliott wave count again. It's not the best looking Elliott wave count, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a bearish diagonal and I don't really like the look of it, but if we actually manage to complete 5 waves to the upside, then it's gonna be fine, as long as we actually manage to form 5 waves. So after getting the second wave move down right here, which is a second wave of this large first wave move to the upside that we got right here after hitting the bear market low, after getting to the 0.618 extension of the first wave right here, and after reacting to it multiple times, we actually formed a 1-2 setup on the chart. Now you could say that the second wave move to the downside is right here. It doesn't really matter if it's this low or this low, nothing really changes. All that matters is that the third wave was not really that bullish. Of course, we got to about $15 in the third wave, and actually I believe we got to the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup, so I think this is enough for a third wave. However, the fourth wave move down was way too deep. We got to the first wave price action right here, and yeah, I did not really like that at that time. I still don't like it. As you can see, that actually put us below the bull market support band and we got above it after that, but yeah, things are not looking too good right now because the bull market support band lines, as you can see, they're very close to touching, and if they do touch, that would get us a cross. And the last time we had a cross on the bull market support band, where the red line went above the green line, was right here, and look at what happened after that. ICP went from about $18 all the way down to like $6. So yeah, I don't really want to see a cross on the bull market support band right now. ICP should start going up very soon. Now, after getting the fourth wave move down right here and after getting below the 0.618 extension of the third wave, which again was not really bullish, we actually formed a 1-2 setup on the chart. The second wave move down actually held the support levels, and right now we seem to be working on a third wave of this 1-2 setup, and the minimum target for the third wave is the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup, and that is at $15.32. Of course, it could overextend to the 2.272 extension or the 2618 extension, but the minimum target is this right here. Now let's also put on the 1618 extension on the chart because I believe this will be difficult to get through. The 1618 extension is at about $13.79. So you can expect a lot of resistance to be here, especially because it's also at this high right here, and as you can see, ICP actually broke out of a falling wedge pattern. This low right here was not a lower low when you compare it to this, or well, actually not this, but this. So we broke out of a falling wedge pattern, but we still need to break above the previous highs. For example, this right here, getting above this is going to be very important. So you can expect there to be resistance, let's say between $13.79 and this high right here, which is at about $14.30. If we get above this right here, then we should be able to get to the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup, and yeah, we should be able to complete the fifth wave after that. The fifth wave, I'm expecting it to get somewhere between $17 to $20, maybe more. It all depends on how high it wants to go. and that will complete a first wave move to the upside, and this will be the first wave move of the main third wave move to the upside, which means that after we get these 5 waves, we still need to get a second wave move down, which could be very deep. I'm not sure if it will be deep or not, it all depends on what ICP wants to do. And then after that, I'm expecting a third wave of the third wave, and this will be the most bullish time of the cycle, and I'm actually expecting this to happen very soon. And the fact that ICP has not really closed 5 waves up yet is a bit concerning, because there are some altcoins that have 5 waves up already and that already have a second wave move down. For example, Cardano has a 1-2 setup on the chart and it's ready for a third wave of the third wave. ICP, however, is not really done with the first wave, so we'll see if it actually manages to pull it off and if it does not get left behind in the bull market. Now, I'm not expecting it to get left behind, because at the end of the day, it will most likely go up when Bitcoin dominance starts going down and when Ethereum gets to new all-time highs. I'm gonna talk about Ethereum very soon, but first let's talk about Bitcoin dominance. If you have not watched my previous videos, I suggest you do, because there we talked about very important things. For example, the Bitcoin dominance chart. So we just had a cross on the bull market support band about, let's say, 40 days ago, and we still have to wait a few more days for something to happen, just based on what had happened in the previous 2 cycles. So here, for example, in 2020, after we had a cross on the bull market support band, we tested the bull market support band multiple times, and it took us about 48 days to finally start the altcoin season after the cross. And in 2016, we did a similar thing, as you can see right here. After we had a cross on the bull market support band, we actually went up, we tested the bull market support band, just like we are doing right now, and then we got rejected, and that started the first altcoin season ever. So as you can see, 48 days right here after the cross, the altcoin season started. And right here, 48 days after the cross, the altcoin season started. So, of course, I'm expecting the same thing to happen again, because it already happened 2 times. So, why would it not happen a third time? The third time is the charm, after all. And I also want to talk about Ethereum. I'm not gonna show you the chart, the Ethereum monthly returns chart, but I will talk about it. So basically, all you need to know is that Ethereum will most likely get to about $4,500 by the end of January, just based on what it did in the previous couple of years. So if you look at the Ethereum monthly returns chart, it always goes up in January. It only goes down in January if it's a bear market, and I don't believe we are in a bear market right now, which leads me to believe that Ethereum will finally get a push to about $4,500 by the end of January, and I would not be shocked to see it at new all-time highs in February, and then to maybe like $8,000 by the end of March or so. And if that happens, then Bitcoin dominance will finally start dropping during that time, and it would be the perfect time to start the altcoin season. So yeah, the fact that Ethereum always goes up in January, and the fact that Bitcoin dominance is expected to go down right now, I mean, that's obviously very bullish. Pretty much all of the indicators show us that at some point this month, Ethereum will get a huge bounce and Bitcoin dominance will get a big break to the downside, and I think that will finally trigger the altcoin season that everyone has been waiting for the past 2 years or 3 years now. So yeah, I don't think this cycle is any different when you compare it to the previous 2 cycles. I think we'll just do what we always did, and I think it's very likely that Bitcoin dominance drops to about 40% in a matter of a few months, and yeah, things are still looking good for the altcoins. But I do have to mention that ICP is not doing too well right now. It's not doing that bad, but you know, when you compare this coin to the other altcoins, it's not doing as well, and we'll see if we actually manage to get to the 100% extension of this high right here. If we do get above that level, that would be bullish, but you have to keep in mind that we also need to form some kind of 5-wave move to the upside, because at the end of the day, this could just be a corrective structure, and maybe we'll not get to $87 in the cycle. Maybe ICP will not break all-time highs, and it will just disappoint everyone. Now, of course, I'm not talking about this all-time high. I'm not expecting ICP to get to $600 by the end of the cycle. I think that's very unrealistic. But getting above this high right here, which is at about $86, could be possible if ICP actually wakes up right now. Now, if you look at the RSI, it could theoretically do that because the weekly RSI is not overbought. It has not been overbought since December of 2023. And if you look at the monthly chart, I mean, this chart is looking even better because we are nowhere near close to being overbought. So we could get a bounce right now to like $87, and that would most likely put us at the overbought territory on the monthly. And keep in mind, ICP has never had a bull market, so this is the first bull market for ICP. ICP was actually launched during the bear market, so if it wants to prove itself, it should start doing it right now. It should not wait. And yeah, I think it's only a matter of time until we get a big break to the upside. And yeah, I will make sure to make updates about this coin if something actually happens and if we do not break support levels again. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server where we post multiple updates a day when we have to. And yeah, like, subscribe, I will see you in the next one.